Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. Welcome back to BenBChill Gaming. Today, I figured we would do something completely different. For those of you who've been watching my SnowRunner episodes, thanks for doing that. Really appreciate it, and thank you for all the positive feedback. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate that. But today, I decided to do something different. Microsoft Flight Simulator is a game that I actually have been familiar with in the past. In fact, one of my recent, or not recent, but like long-term memories as a kid was basically playing Microsoft Flight Simulator like 98, I want to say, on my Windows 98 or 95 PC. Like I've been through pretty much every iteration of Windows, but I remember playing Flight Simulator a long time. I even had one of those old joysticks, the flat ones that were black that had the two buttons, the two plastic buttons on them that are kind of like the size of, regular joystick buttons these days. And I had the purple one with the like extra buttons on top because I wanted to play like dogfighting games or something. So anyway, long story short, for those of you just watching the channel for the first time, this is the first episode of a flight simulator series that I think I might be doing. For those that have watched, who are fans from SnowRunner, I hope you do check out this content. If you don't, that's fine, no problem. I'm still going to continue doing the SnowRunner thing. I'm still going to do recordings and complete that game. That's actually something I still really want to do. I just want to change it up a little bit. And to be honest with you guys, I've always been a fan of simulator games in general, whether it be like racing games or flight sim games or um, like driving games like SnowRunner is, for example, because it's not really a racing game. But, just interesting simulation games. I also play Kerbal Space Program as a game that I put a lot of time into in the past, and I'm waiting for the newest version. And also, City Skylines is another game I like to dabble in every once in a while because I used to play SimCity. Anyway, I've been rambling. Let's get on to the show. I'd like to do this bush trip in Breckenridge, Alaska. Now, I will tell you guys that I am a complete and utter noob in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It has been a heck of a long time. I remember playing with a joystick and a keyboard and a mouse and just basically that in the past, and it's worked. I basically have a regular DualShock 4 controller that I'm going to use to play Flight Simulator, and we'll just see how it works. I've had to mess with the controls a little bit, and I did do a live stream the other night, just playing this game and getting used to it. For those who don't know, we are going to be doing a bush trip. Now, again, I suck. I'm using some of the activities to kind of just gain some more experience and just continue to play and learn, and that's what I'm doing now. So in this bush trip, they've got different legs of the flight where basically you're going to tour an area, and this happens to be Breckenridge, California, and at the end we will be landing near Nevada, basically in Mariposa, Yosemite. So anyway, here we go. This is leg 2. I have already completed leg number 1. I did that on stream the other night, and it was actually very fun and very entertaining. It's kind of a nice little like scenic joyride through the mountains. So here we go. We're going to be flying this Zlin Aviation Savage Cub. So this is the total trip I believe they're showing us here. We're not flying this entire trip in one go. We will be taking off down here in the California area and then going up through the mountains. We've kind of already got somewhere over here for the first leg, I think. I think this was it. So the second leg is probably going to be a straight shot. But anyway, what we need to do is essentially navigate using a compass and a stopwatch and just follow the steps that are laid out. Now, for those who are not aware, or if you're just checking out Microsoft Flight Simulator for the first time, if you look, all the terrain that you see is computer generated from maps stored on Microsoft's Azure platform, which is their cloud platform. But they're using data from Bing, basically, to generate surface maps. Now, I don't know how reliable Bing is, but you'll see that they've done some pretty good stuff. The really great thing about this game, this best party piece, I would say, is the weather systems. The weather systems are incredible. Like when you actually see the clouds and get to fly through it, it's actually pretty amazing. But anyway, so we're on the runway here, ready to fly. We're going to go ahead, ready to fly. I'm not going to fly from this view. I'm going to fly from the outside view. I found this to be very helpful on stream. We've got a VFR map that's loaded here in the top right hand corner. This is basically just a map. It's not going to tell us very much, so we're going to minimize the VFR map. We're going to fly by the nav log only. So this is our first task. There happens to be only 3 tasks that we need to fly. So we are flying for 24 minutes here. First one is Little Lake. Depart from airport, I don't know how to pronounce this, Inyokern Airport, and begin the second leg of your bush trip adventure, heading northwest towards US Route 395. The long asphalt ribbon bends ever so slightly north, leading you into a pass flanked by sloping hillsides, and eventually toward an aptly named Little Lake. Okay, so basically we're flying till we get to a middle lake. That's how we know we've got there. Again, I'm just going to kind of explain things a little bit. So here's the heading. Our heading is 334. Our heading is in the top left corner. If you're on the interior view, usually there's a thing which is right here. This is how you can read your heading. I'm not very good at reading this though. I seem to screw it up every once in a while. So we are going to fly from the outside and use this. I really like the number, so we're going to use that. Oh, one thing I want to do is turn on our FPS. Sorry guys, just 1 second. See if I can get graphics. See if I can turn on show FPS or something like that. Negative. I wish I could turn that on. Okay, I'm going to check that out later. Okay, so we need to take off, turn to heading 334 and fly for 11 minutes and 3 seconds, okay? So, yeah, we're going to be doing that. And full throttle. I hate how sensitive the rudder is. Tiny little bit of rudder and the plane's like all over the place. But we are in the air. So we need to turn to heading 334. Try not to stall. Once we get on heading 334, I'm going to start the clock. Almost on heading 334. Okay, starting the clock now. There we go, clock's moving. We're going to let the Cub here just float up. Wow, this is really not hard. We just have to fly this heading for basically 24 minutes. Like, if you guys notice, it's heading 334, 335, and 331. So, first one is we get to a lake. After the lake, it says you continue along Route 395. You'll soar over volcanic fields and chasms of sculpted black lava toward the Hawi reservoirs? Hawi? Hawi? Don't know how to say that. Bifurcated bodies of water on the east side of the road. Okay. Alright, well we're flying 33. Yeah, basically, even if we just fly 334, we're good for this entire trip. So perfect. I don't really want to fly too high up in the air. I don't want to be, like, we're already at an altitude of 4,200 feet. We're probably well above what we actually need to be. So we're going to trim the plane in a downward direction, and we're going to take some of the throttle out. Still flying 334, perfect. I'm going to take some of the throttle out and just let the plane come down. I'd like to see the scenery. I don't know about you guys, but... Alright, so we are flying on this heading for basically 11 minutes, followed by another 8 minutes of the same heading. So that's good. So basically we'll be able to get a little bit more familiar with Microsoft Flight Sim with you guys. So anyway, so I'm going to put the throttle up a bit, because we seem to be descending a lot. I don't really want to descend that much. 334. Not flying, heading 334. Okay, there. That's heading 334. And we are just holding on the altitude. Not quite. We're good. I think this is good. Okay, we're on heading 334 still, which is good. We're going too high. Like, we have too much airspeed basically, so the plane just keeps picking up on its own. I'm trying to trim the aircraft so that it'll fly without me having to put any inputs in. That's pretty good, although we are losing altitude. Okay, so just trying to again trim the aircraft here. I'm not too happy with the way it's flying right now. We're going up and down in altitude, but I'm gonna have a look at some of the scenery. Look at the I don't know what that is. Sort of green field. This game, for the like graphic effects of the scenery, is incredible. Like, they did a heck of a good job. And the way the clouds and stuff were generated, I think that that's awesome. Like, that you can get real live weather, basically. Like, apparently one of the first few things that somebody did with this sim is fly through the hurricanes or whatever that were hitting the East Coast back in like late August or whatever, early September. I don't know if the game was still in beta or what, but people were literally flying through storms essentially. So that's pretty rad. We are still climbing. I don't really need to keep climbing. Now we're falling. Okay. Okay, so again, we're still flying and heading 334. Not really a whole lot happening right now. I'm sorry about that. There is a nice little, what is that? A couple little lakes or whatever. Flanked by sloping hillsides. Yeah, well, this is definitely a pass flanked by sloping hillsides. But it says that there's a little lake, and that's not really like a little thing, that's quite big. So anyway, alright, let's keep on going here. What's our altitude? Our altitude is 4,300 and climbing. Take some of the engine out because, quite frankly, our airspeed is so high that we just keep pulling back up into the air. Like right now, that's what I'm talking about, where it kind of like pulls back up again. And we're coming down now, so that's probably too much engine. Anyway. Look at it. It's rad, isn't it? Alright, so I'm going to minimize this just so we can get a really good look at things. Because we still got like 11 or a couple minutes or whatever. Wicked. Isn't that wicked? Wicked. They have really nailed the graphics in this game. It just makes me feel like it's so real. Okay, we're going to trim up once. Let's see if that changes us to ascending instead of descending. We need to get back on heading 334. It's only 2 degrees, but I'm trying to be a perfectionist here. So this is the interstate or whatever, or state road. That's 336. I don't want 336. I want 335. 334 would be better. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Now we're on the right heading. You're still descending in altitude. As we kind of go into the mountains here, I'd really like to not be lower than 4,000 feet. So, like you can see, guys, that there's literally, like if we went left, we'd be into the rocks over there. So. And we need to fly heading 334, which we are now, flying heading 334. Let's pop this open. So we've been flying 9 minutes, 38 seconds on this heading, which is perfect. So there's the lake, I think, right there on the right hand side. You guys can't see it, it should be right there. There's a road, or the road, sorry, crosses with a bridge. That's pretty rad. What is that mountain in the background? It's kind of interesting. We need to basically start turning towards heading 335. There's 335. And then restart the stopwatch, of course, when we get to 11 and 3 seconds. Perfect. Okay, good. We almost need to reset the stopwatch. Okay, that's 11:03. We're going to pause it. We're going to reset. And we're going to start the stopwatch again. Back onto 335. Heading 335. Perfect. Okay, good. Almost. Okay, good. Perfect. All right. It's a little challenging flying with just the stick. This plane gets chucked around quite a lot. I think if there was like autopilot or something, we could use that and have that be a little bit better, but right now I'll just keep flying stick. Alright, so we've finished this one. We finished Little Lake. Let's get rid of this. South Hawaii. 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 I don't know what that is. South Hawaii Reservoir. Okay, I need to fly 335. Sorry guys, get back to the right heading. Okay, perfect. Alright, good. As you continue along Route 395, you'll soar over volcanic fields, cool, and chasms of sculpted black lava toward the Hawaii reservoirs, bifurcated bodies of water on the east side of the road. Okay, cool. So that must be like volcanic ash down there, or whatever. They're like mining it, that's interesting. That's rad. Look at that. So cool. So cool. Look at the little lake over there too. Perfect, okay. 335, come on. Okay, what's my altitude? I'm climbing at altitude, so I can probably lower the engine a little bit. I'm above 4,500 feet now, though. Three, 3, 5, come on. Probably need more engine actually, because what's happening, I think, is as I rise up, which is what's happening now, the plane eventually loses airspeed, which you guys can see on the left hand side, and then it kind of stalls and starts to dip the nose back down, which then rises back up in airspeed. We gain altitude once again, which is what's happening right now. We're trying not to touch the altitude, just correct the direction it's going in. There's altitude 335, or heading 335 again. So I climb in altitude, and then I stall, and we repeat this whole thing all over again. So how do I stop this from happening? The trim would be too nose heavy, right? It would be like trim up too much. So if I trim it down and then turn the engine down, does that fix the problem? Let's figure it out. We still have another 5 minutes or so before we have to actually watch our headings. So anyway, alright, so we're again heading 335, perfect. So here we go, here goes the process again. The engine speed is coming down. Altitude just clipped over 5,000. Now we're stalling. Pick up airspeed. And keep going up. So we need to either stall more or fix the trim. Let's see what happens. I've taken all the engine out of it, basically. Or most of the engine out of it. Will it recover? I don't think this is going to recover. I'm just going to add more throttle and just see what happens. So right now we're still just falling in altitude. I need to make a course correction. Correction, there we go, 335. Okay, there's 336, but let's fly that for a few minutes. Okay, so now again we're gaining in altitude. So what happens? My hand's off the controller. Airspeed's coming up. Altitude has dropped 10 feet. Your speed is maintaining. Altitude is climbing slightly, so I need to drop the nose trim, I think, a little bit more. Have we got level flight now? Looks like it. I think I finally achieved it. It took me a while to trim the aircraft, actually. Okay, look at the lake on the right. That's rad. Like, that's awesome. So, if you want to have a look at what inside looks like, we are now inside the plane. Mountains to the left, lake to the right. So cool. I'm getting chucked around by the air currents here too. Like as I come over the little lakes and stuff, the air currents are pushing me up. Okay, so we're still be flying heading 335. 336 is acceptable though. We've got a minute and 30, no, less than that. Less than a minute 30 now. We are descending. Comes the airspeed though to pick us back up again. Still running 335, perfect. Doing pretty good. This is easy navigating this leg of the mission. I have to admit the one I did previously was actually quite a bit more challenging. This is like easy mode, but it's still nice, like looking at all the scenery. Like, look at that. I once did a job where I got to drive through stuff like this, and it was quite amazing, actually. I never really thought it would have been as nice to look at as it was, and it was actually very pleasant. I did drive through the Nevada mountains, so it was good. I actually really liked it. I had a crap car. It was a Nissan Sentra. It was a tiny piece of junk, but anyway, whatever. It did the job. I drove the wheels off of it, and it did the job. Alright, so we are supposed to now have a look at the next one. So we're supposed to be flying heading 331, so we're going to bank the wings at 331. We're going to pause, reset, and start the clock once more. And the last leg is the airstrip, the Olancha airstrip. At the far end of the upper reservoir, follow Los Angeles Aqueduct as it carries water north through the parched landscape. Where the waterway runs parallel to Highway 395 and the pathway between them, you'll find an unassuming dirt runway. This is your next landing spot. A dirt runway. Holy smokes. Look at this. Okay, so this looks like the road. Oh, is this the run? No, this is the runway. No, or is this the runway? Shit, I have no idea. Whatever. We'll just stick to landing and see what happens. So we have to run heading 331, which we've drifted off heading 331. We should be running heading 331 for 4 minutes and 9 seconds. So 4 minutes, 9 seconds. What's our altitude? Our altitude is pretty much holding steady. Climbing actually a little bit. So my airspeed went up, but the plane did not gain altitude. So we need to trim this aircraft in the upward direction. Okay, sorry guys, I'm supposed to be flying heading 331. 331. Yeah, now I'm on 331. Okay, good. Alright, so this looks like the road in this photo right here. You guys see this down here? This looks like the road in this photo. So, why I'm really studying this photo, guys, is I need to figure out where, oops, I was trying to actually blow that up. Wish there was a way I could like zoom it in. But we need to either land on this or on this. My guess is that you land on this. And if you land, like this is maybe the taxiway to here, and you can take off this direction. Or I don't know, maybe they come this way and then taxi that way. I don't know. Whatever. But we'll need to figure it out when we get there. We don't have to land on the first attempt. We can always go around and have a look at it. But oh, this looks like an airport on the left, right here. What the heck? This is it, right here. We're at only 2 minutes 30 seconds, but this looks like the runway, doesn't it? I'd say that's a runway. Okay, we're gonna turn around. We're gonna go at that one again. Let's turn out this way, and then we're gonna make a big sweeping banking corner to turn back. We do not need this menu anymore, so say goodbye Navilog. I'm actually surprised that we got there so quickly. Dump the engine. I don't need the engine. This plane actually is quite maneuverable. I gotta remember that. Let's do flaps. Just for the sake of flaps. Flaps, please. Thank you. This can't be a runway. This has got to be a runway on the right here. That had to have been the runway right here. That's not a runway. That used to be a runway, I think. And that should be it. We should have completed the leg. Sweet. Alright, leg completed. 26 minutes. Great. Alright, let's have a look at the next one. So next one, 14 minutes. Let's do it. Manzanar Airport. Manzanar Airport. Okay, let's do it. Load up Manzanar Airport. Alright, so it says heading 338, ETA 14 minutes 1 second, taking off from Olencha. I hope I've got like fresh fuel again. No, I got 50%. Make your way north using the road as a guide, and you'll quickly discover a dried out bed of Owens Lake, now a massive salt flat, dotted with sporadic seasonal brine ponds. Beyond the basin, a bit further north, lies the small frontier town of Lone Pine. Okay, cool. Alright, so we need to get this bird in the air, and we need to fly heading 338. So, full speed ahead. Flaps are in the up position, so I'm good with that. Off we go. No problem there. So now we gotta fly heading 338. That's not the right direction. This would be the right direction. 338, please. Okay. 338. Start the clock. And we are flying this heading for 14 minutes 1 second. All right, heading 338. Perfect. We are on. Good approach for that. Let's turn the engine down a bit. We're already doing 4,400 feet in the air. Airspeed is low, that's fine. Anyway, so we should be flying this heading 14 minutes. 338, where is it? Come on. Perfect. Okay, good. Okay, now, if I take my hands off the controls, will it fly straight and level? It's still climbing in altitude. That's what bothers me. It's still climbing in altitude, and now the airspeed is picking up. So either I have too much throttle, or I've got too much trim up, but I think it's probably too much trim up, combined with too much throttle. Probably both. Trim this out of the airplane. I'll let this go a little bit more. We are falling in altitude, but we're going quite quick. We're just heading 238. There we go. gonna go. Here we go again. So we've lost airspeed, so now we're falling in altitude one more time. I think that's probably trim, so I'm gonna trim up a little bit. We'll see what happens now. Will it fly straight and level? No. It's still dipping down. Let's trim it up again. Okay, good. Alright, look at this salt lake or whatever that I'm flying over. That's crazy. Brine pools, I think is what they called them. Pretty wicked. Like, look at that. Isn't that cool? Look at the mountains, too. So good. Okay, let's just do a little more course correction. I think we're good there. I think I need more engine because it looks like I'm stalling here. The plane keeps just dropping. We'll trim it up a little bit more. Yeah, we're still just dropping. Okay, so I just put a lot of trim in it because we were not really going to be heading for success right there. It was heading straight towards the ground, so. So we've been flying, again, 5 minutes, 35 seconds. We still have another almost 9 minutes to go on this heading. What is that? That's red over there. That is, I have no idea what that is, but that's cool. So we're still following the road here. Alright, again, hopefully you guys are all doing okay. Thank you again for those of you who've left comments and dropped feedback on my previous episodes. Really, really appreciate that. Definitely going to be playing some more SnowRunner here in the near future, but again, I've been looking at this game from afar and thought it would be entertaining, and so far it's been great. Again, I'm not very good. This plane makes it look easy. Like, this plane is actually kind of easy mode. The navigating is the most challenging, basically, especially when you're trying to just do it inside the cabin with a digital compass. It's pretty easy. So anyway, let's check out. Look at the clouds too. Isn't that rad? Looks so good. crazy mountainside. Look at the road up on the top of the mountain. It's cool. I don't know what's down below me as well. But whatever that is, that's pretty interesting. Why is it red over there? It's like blood red. Seasonal, maybe that's the brine ponds. This is only, what, 2 legs? Yes. Okay, that's easy. I think it's too much trim up now. I'm going to take a little bit of it out. We should be almost there. Then we need to change to a heading of 320 to get to the airport. It says, to the west of Lone Pine, set against the jagged peaks of the Sierra Nevada, find the rounded contours of the Alabama hills and the LA aqueduct, running along its base. Follow the waterway north until it crosses paths with the highway. A short distance from there, between the road and the water, waits an airstrip where you can land. Manzanar Airport. Don't know why I'm struggling with that so much, but I don't know which runway we're going to hit here. We're either going to hit this one or this one. Either seems to be adequate, so we'll just land on it. That'll just be the name of the game, just land on it. Like, shouldn't really be that hard. Anyway, we've got about 3 minutes till we need to change to a different direction. That might even be the airport right there. Right where the cursor is on the screen right now, guys. That might be the airport. It shouldn't be, though, because we got to fly a heading of 320, which should be somewhere in this direction over here. So this might be an airport, but this might not be the airport that we're looking for. Let's get back onto the heading we're supposed to fly, which is 338. Be a VFR map. Yeah, so whatever this is that we're coming up to here, that's probably this airport right here. Alright, 3 minutes out. We'll need to make a turn. Again, thank you guys all for watching. If you guys are watching the video, hope you guys are enjoying this game so far. Not a whole lot really happened so far, just flying straight and level. I did complete the landing challenges. I did that on stream just the other night. You guys definitely, if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Pretty much the first part of that stream is the landing challenges, and then after that I started doing this, the bush trip. So the first one is quite a bit of a challenge, but yeah, so far so good. Again, the activities are fun. The landing challenges were quite tricky. I did manage to complete them. There's a lot of them that I did not do well on. I just kind of got through it, which is fine, because I just really wanted to keep trying different things, and later if I really think that some of them are like super interesting, I'll just do them over and over and over again to get a really good score. But for now, I'm just really trying to get my feet wet and just figure out the best way to play this game. I'm complete and total noob, so for me this is all a new thing and trying to get experience in this game. Again, I've played Kerbal Space Program, but I've played that with just a keyboard, whereas this I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller, so it's all a new experience. But, you know, as always, we be chillin', so should be alright. So I don't know what city this is that we're flying over, but it's pretty awesome. Further than a small frontier town of Lone Pine. So that's what this has got to be. This has got to be Lone Pine. Pretty rad. I just really love this. Like, I don't know what, like, how much more I can tell you guys. Like, it's so, like, the ability to just go to some place in a game, like Flight Simulator, it's rad. It's so cool. I think it's cool anyway. And the fact that you get real weather data and like real traffic, that's pretty rad. One idea that I have for a future episode is we are going to take off and we are going to land at like a busy airport near, I don't know, near somewhere where we can look up flights and see what the incoming flights look like and see if we can spot some actual incoming airlines. Alright, so we have missed our turn. We were supposed to have turned 8 seconds ago, so we're going to pause, we're going to reset, and we're going to start again, and we're going to fly heading 320 for another 5 minutes 46 seconds, so we don't need this anymore. We're going to get rid of the Lone Pine. Alright, to the west of Lone Pine, set against jagged peaks to see... Okay, I read this, didn't I? Alright, anyway, we just got to make it to this. So 320, 5 minutes 46 seconds. I have no idea what we're staring at down below there. That's kind of cool. We're rapidly ascending. We don't need to do that. Now, if I leave it, see, here's the thing. If I leave it, the airspeed comes up and we still keep climbing because the trim is, I think, too high. Trim down. Even if we coast downward, I'm okay with that. Alright, so basically just 5 minutes and then we're there. So here's the road, here's this double lane road, which is right here. So these must either cross over each other, and this is the black one that's along this mountain ridge right here. Certainly looks like it. Oh no, these are actually two roads that come together. That's cool. Alright, but yes, look, right here, there's a crossover point. So, this is where we need to go. We need to go this direction. So again, we're still flying the right heading. We don't really need this anymore, other than for the time. Just keep an eye on that. Okay, I don't quite see the airport yet. We should be close though. So here's where the road crosses over. So the airport should be pretty close, because if you look at the photo, it's like after they've crossed over, it's right there. So okay, I have a feeling it's right. Like, we are actually looking at it, aren't we? Right here. I think we can see it. Let's take the big runway. %41 fuel. Alright, here we go. Going in for landing. We're gonna go flaps down. Flaps down. We're at 4,000 feet. Bring it down. Bring the engine down a little bit. I don't need as much revs in the engine. Let's kill the engine now. This thing should pretty much coast to a dead stop here in a few seconds. We don't need engine just to make the runway. I'm gonna kill the power. See if we can really kiss the landing here. Stall, 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 stall. That's the way you land, right? You stall into a landing? Isn't that how you do it? It's perfect. Oh. Okay, I didn't know I could do that. Do I really have to do it again? I guess I have to do it again. So I'm gonna go full flaps, 42 degrees of flaps, to really stall the aircraft now. Yeah, that really slowed the engine down. Alright, we just gotta put it on the runway. There we go, boys. Once we get to the runway, I'm gonna kill the engine. So I'm gonna kill the engine now. Now that I've killed the engine, the plane is just going to stall. Which it's doing nicely right now. There's a stall warning. Any second now we should hear tone. There's the tone. Okay, we've touched down. Now we just need to come to a stop without nosing over. And that's it. We've stopped. Parking brake. Leg completed. Alright, awesome. Short little hop, but cool. Alright, so that was 2 legs. And looks like the next leg is the Madame Airport. So it's only 3 minutes 6 seconds. It's actually not too bad of a leg. But yeah, cool. Awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This has been Microsoft Flight Simulator. Again, I am a complete and total noob, if you guys can't tell. Yeah, hopefully it's been funny. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show. If you do want to support me, please do subscribe. That's the #1 way that you guys could help out right now, by hitting that subscribe button. I got to get my subscriber base up and get some more information out to you guys. Also, did a live stream last Saturday night. If you guys did catch it, great. If not, no big deal. I think in the future we would like to try to do live streams Saturday evenings, maybe Friday evenings, just depending on which day, but either Friday or Saturday night would be good. Possibly even outside chance Sunday. Just depends. I know a lot of people got to work like I do on Monday, so that may not work for some people. And again, I have to stream mainly evenings. Hopefully that's okay for you guys. It's just with 2 little kids at home, it's just too chaotic to try to do any kind of like online streaming with them, you know, up and running around. They're just too busy, basically. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show so far. Really do enjoy it. I will be doing more of these episodes in the future, but other than that, take care, have a great week, and always, when you play your games, be chill. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.